right. Good afternoon, Joan. Thank you for coming to Saskatoon Council on Aging. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Awesome. So we'll start where you tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I was born in Manitoba and grew up in a little town called Hamiota. It's about 600 people. And then when I finished high school, I came to Saskatchewan to go to the university here, and I studied nursing. And after that, I was married, and in Saskatoon, we raised our family, three of three, 2 boys and a girl. And I wasn't working for a few years when my children were younger, but then went back to work. And the areas that I was most interested in was working with elderly people. And my sister and I had a home care business for almost 20 years. So I enjoyed working with people in their homes. And then I retired 5 years ago.
Okay.
And I enjoyed my work while I was doing it, but now I really enjoy being retired. I also had studied social work at one time as well.
Oh, that's awesome. So you've had quite an adventure.
And I now have 6 grandchildren.
Perfect.
And 2 stepchildren. So our family has grown.
Oh boy, that's good. All right, so what attracted you to the Council on Aging?
Well, it was about 7 years ago. I was still working, and George James approached me to be involved with the council. Although I knew of it, I hadn't been an active volunteer. Just my work had kind of consumed me in those years. And he had invited me to come to the task force, the Older Adult Abuse Task Force.
Right.
And I really enjoyed being part of that committee. And then when I retired, I got more involved. I had more time and did more volunteer work with the council.
Awesome. Why do you volunteer?
I think the main reason I volunteer is to make a difference, to feel that I'm doing something that's meaningful and makes a difference in people's lives.
Wonderful. How has volunteering changed anything about your life?
Well, I think the volunteering is really, especially now that I've retired. I did volunteer work even when I was working, but more limited because my work consumed my time.
Right.
But I think now that I'm retired, it really gives me a sense of purpose and a focus, and I enjoy that.
Perfect. If you could change one thing about Council on Aging, what would that be?
Well, that's a tough question because I really enjoy the way the council is going and how it's grown and it's becoming very well known and respected. I guess if there's anything that might change is to have more consistent funding for positions. I know right now it relies a lot on grants,
Right.
which is good, but to have more stable funding.
Would be appreciated, yes. What motivated you to be a volunteer, just general volunteer?
I think just really, maybe it's growing up in a small community and having that sense of community and people caring for one another. That was a value that was instilled in us when we were growing up.
All right, name one thing that you love at Council on Aging.
I think what I really enjoy are the people. I find the people here have many, many different skills, and I'm constantly learning from them and inspired by them. And I just like the mission and direction that the council's going. I believe in the mission and the values here.
Awesome. All right, thank you, Joan. And just the last question is, tell me about a funny incident that you can think of at the Council on Aging.
It's hard to think of any one instance, but I just have good memories of the board and our meetings, and it's fun. And there's comments that are maybe play on words or that is really funny. And I wish I could think of an example, but I can't right now. But I just find that the board, I've been privileged to serve on the board. It is really a fun group.
Thank you, Joan, for the interview. Have a great day.
Thank you.